Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. As you begin to come into alignment with your true self, you will tend to get a glimpse of your greatness. So today we'll be talking about the unlimited inner nature, which will completely change your life. More often you will tap back into it. You will see how fast your life will start changing. So firstly, what is our inner nature? It is who we are meant to be. As the soul beings, we came here completely natural, completely unlimited, with all unlimited potentials. We come here to unleash that unlimited power, to embody that inner nature, so we can embody our light and we can enlighten the dark places, the dark moments, the dark minds of people, so we can raise the vibration of collective consciousness. So, my friends, as we learn to tap back into that inner nature, our life will start changing, because firstly, we'll start peeling off the layers of false identity. As often we're talking about this because we've been programmed to think who we are, to think what we can and can't do. Those are the mind limitations. And because in the society we can see that many people are showing up as somebody and many people are proving themselves to others in order to receive certain wanting feedback. As we've been observing it as little kids, we started to believe that this is who we are meant to be, but it's not the truth. Because we can see that once we start walking that path of spiritual awakening, we recognize that all of our lives we've been living in this so wrong concepts that we are limited, that we need to please others, that we need to prove ourselves to others. But actually we are unlimited power, an extension of the source, which is expressing itself through our physical bodies. And bodies are vehicles of our souls. So, for a brief moment, you will feel your power once you connect back with yourself. And more we are practicing that connection with our inner nature, better we get at it. We create a greater relationship with our true selves. And that's from where all the love is emanating. That's from where all the abundance can be generated. So, my friends, remind yourself of your inner greatness, because that's who you are. So often we get distracted by everything around us, right? And we all know that. So often we get distracted by all the noises, what people fears, what people think about us, fears of losing things. We get distracted by what we think we must do, and all of those things. And you know what's truly interesting? Every time we go outside into the nature alone, we recognize that there's something bigger than our small identity. Right? There's something bigger. We feel so connected with life. And maybe you feel drawn into certain music which is coming from the heart of the artist. And while you're listening to it, you feel completely alive. You feel completely aligned with life which is flowing in that sound. And all of those different things are just helping us to remind ourselves of our inner nature, of our inner greatness. And you know, as it is not our natural state, the great question is how to stay in that state more often. Or even better, how to embody it so it can become back our true identity. And that's what the Great Awakening is all about, reminding us to tap into it more often until it becomes your natural state. Like, continue to remind yourself of your true nature until it becomes your natural state of being. And that's what is happening, and it's a long process. So don't think it will happen overnight, and don't pull yourself down if it is not happening overnight. It's a process of awakening, more you are becoming aware of that inner nature, of your inner greatness, less you are aware of your identity. And more you are becoming aware of what is truly not serving you anymore. So we can create that decluttering process of letting go of the false identification of us. So, my friends, whatever you are going through, never forget of taking time for yourself. It is truly more important than anything. Like, people are investing so much time into making money, working hard, like 10, 12 hours a day. Then they're investing a lot of time into building up relationships with people they don't even like. And people are investing so much time into families, into building up those loving relationships, which is all great. But how much time we are investing into knowing ourselves better, into building that relationship with our soul, so we can learn what is that inner nature, so we can start expressing it. What are our unique gifts? What are the reasons we've chosen to come here at this unique time? Where our life is guiding us, and why we are suffering? How often we invest our time into that? People don't like to do it because often it feels unpleasant, especially when we recognize our fears, we recognize our shadows, we recognize what is blocking us, we recognize all the reasons why we think we can't do something, why we think we can't achieve something, and they run away from those unpleasant emotions. And that's why we love to distract ourselves with videos, music, news, hanging with people. So we use that kind of distraction to run away from our unpleasant emotions. And that's why so many people are lacking creativity. So many people are lacking joy. So many people are lacking abundance. As I mentioned at the beginning, you are the source of abundance. You are the source of joy. You are the source of creation. So don't let your mind manipulate your energy. Don't let your mind manipulate your expression of energy. Often it is happening that way because of the dysfunction of the mind. So our minds have been programmed by our environment, but it's our free will to change that. We can't change what happened, but we can change what will we do with what we know right now. And we can expand our knowledge about ourselves by knowing ourselves better, by going deeper into the sources of information which can help us to guide us to know ourselves better. The truth is, nobody can truly help you to know yourself, but they can navigate you to help yourself. So you can help yourself. Like any source, even this video can be a finger point to the direction you can go, which can be better or healthier for you, but it will not help you to know yourself better. Only you can help yourself, because we recognize that all life we are experiencing is actually happening within ourselves. So if everything is happening within, it means that all questions and all answers are coming from within. So if mind can learn to say the right question, heart will bring the right answers. So it's like building a relationship between mind and the heart. And that's why what brain and heart coherence is all about. Building that connection between matter and spirit, between physical body and soul body, or energy body. And once we learn to create that great coherence, we step into alignment where we recognize our greatness. We feel our power and we recognize that unlimited nature. And it is a beautiful experience. So often when we go into a meditation, we experience a glimpse of it. And more we are practicing it, better we become at feeling it, right? And then I often see questions. People are asking like what to think when I'm meditating. And the thing is that when you go into meditation, you become aware of all the thoughts which were present even before that meditation, but you were not aware of them. So once you start meditating, you will become aware of all the unconscious self. You will become aware of your unconscious self. And you don't need to force thinking into anything. You just need to become aware of it and declutter, slowly start decluttering your mind. By becoming aware, what are you thinking? What beliefs are popping up into your awareness? And recognize it and just ask, do I need this? Is it still helpful for me? Is it helping me in any way? And let go of it. And just observe your mind. It's a process of weeks. You will see. If you will be consistent with it, your mind will start decluttering. And slowly you will become more aware, even in your daily life, what things you don't want to let into your awareness anymore because they are now no help for anything, no good for anything. It doesn't mean that you will stop watching news or you will stop reading certain books. Maybe you need to watch news for certain reasons because of your job or whatever, but you will not let to react to what you're observing. It's a great state of awareness. That's where we get to the point that doesn't matter what is happening, we recognize that we don't need to react to it. As we become greater observers, we recognize that everything can be an inspiration to generate more light in our unique way. So everything can be used as an inspiration once we stop emotionally reacting so much. So the thing is not that we can't stop thinking. The thing is that we are running away from thinking. We want to run away from everything that is happening, from that overwhelmed mind. But what we need to do, we need to declutter it. We need to organize it. Like, imagine you would come into a room, a messed up room, full of things all over the place. You would not get there and force yourself to think that the room is empty, and the room would suddenly become empty. You would get there and you would slowly start analyzing and observing what to remove from the room, what shouldn't be there anymore, and what should stay there. What can make this room more beneficial or more helpful or whatever that room is. You would start decluttering it and organizing it and clearing it, cleansing it. And suddenly, that room would become a truly pleasant place to be in. That's what happens in our minds when we start decluttering, cleansing it, organizing it. By self-awareness, it becomes a truly pleasant place to be in. So suddenly we fall in love with ourselves because we start thinking the thoughts which are helpful to us. We start thinking the thoughts which are an expression of our inner unlimited nature. We look around us, we see a great chaos, and we say, how to bring more kindness to it? How to bring more love to it? How to bring more of my unique creative self to it? And people start creating all kinds of possible beautiful things which can help people to raise their spirits, to rise on, to shine, right? And that's where we start seeing more beauty all around us. We stop judging and comparing. That's not us, that's ego. From that inner greatness, all we see is a possibility. We see a potential of whatever we choose to experience. And we see a way how to make it happen. So we recognize that the source of any kind of abundance is within us. If we decide to generate that kind of energy, we will manifest it. And that's the power of manifestation. So continue to remind yourself of your true nature. Tap into that nature, how greatness feels like. Recognize yourself, how inspiration feels like, how love feels like, and recognize yourself in those feelings. How it feels like when that great energy starts traveling upwards your spine and you feel the hair on the back of your neck rising up, you feel goosebumps, you feel aligned, you feel alive, you feel like something great is waking up. How it feels like. That's your inner greatness, and that's who you are. So always remind yourself, before you do anything in the morning, wake up and remind yourself who you are. Before you go to sleep, stop and remind yourself who you are. In the middle of your day, when you are feeling lost, maybe you're disconnected, stop and remind yourself. As we slow down our brain frequency by relaxing our body, relaxing the muscles on our bodies, and by placing our attention to a certain point, you can just observe a tree and just observe the movement. For 5 to 10 minutes, you will see your body and your mind will completely relax. And from that relaxed state, after 5 to 10 minutes, place your attention into your inner greatness. If you don't know how, just ask yourself how greatness feels like, and it will awaken. You will plug yourself back to the vibration of it. And you can communicate with that vibration. You can ask it for guidance, or abundance, or love. It's all you. That's where your mind will start communicating with your soul, and you will start aligning your mind with your soul. And that's where mind becomes an instrument of the soul, an instrument of the consciousness. And you become a great artist of life. So, my friends, this is it for today. Have a beautiful day. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed. In today's painting, Brave as a Lion. You are that lion. Be brave, my friends, and always be reminded of who you truly are. Have a beautiful day. One love.